This is an analysis of a psychological architecture, a concept known as system justification. It explores the mechanisms by which social structures persist, even when they appear to be inequitable.
An examination of human societies, both historical and contemporary, reveals a recurring behavioral pattern. This phenomenon transcends cultural and temporal boundaries, suggesting a fundamental aspect of human psychology.
The pattern is this: individuals are frequently observed defending the very systems that impose limitations upon them. They become agents of their own constraint.
Further, they will articulate justifications for rules and social arrangements that result in a personal or group disadvantage. This behavior appears to contradict the principle of self-interest. Consequently, when presented with alternative models or ideas that might challenge these established rules, the response is often resistance. This resistance emanates not only from those who benefit from the system, but also from those who do not.
The central analytical question then becomes, why would a rational actor protect a system that demonstrably limits their own potential? The answer is not located in simple logic, but in the deeper structures of human cognition.
We begin with the first component, the psychology of stability. The human mind appears to be predisposed to favor predictable environments over uncertain ones.
This predisposition is formalized in the concept of system justification. It is defined as the cognitive tendency to perceive existing social, economic, and political structures as valid and necessary, even in the face of evidence of inequality or personal limitation.
Consider the cognitive trade-offs. A predictable system, however flawed, reduces ambient anxiety and conserves mental energy. It is processed by the brain as a safe state. In contrast, unstructured freedom requires constant evaluation and decision-making, consuming significant mental energy and often being perceived as a threat.
This preference for stability is rooted in several core fears. The fear of societal chaos if the existing order dissolves, the fear of social conflict that arises from nonconformity, the fear of professional repercussions for challenging the status quo, and a more subtle fear, the burden of increased personal responsibility in a less structured world.
The second component is external. It is composed of the social forces that compel conformity, what we can term the pressures of belonging. Existing systems become integrated into an individual's identity. One's profession, social standing, and sense of self are defined by their position within the structure. Therefore, an attack on the system is often perceived as a personal attack. To defend the system is to defend the self. Society employs multiple mechanisms to reinforce this bond. Identity becomes attached to roles. Social connections are formed within system-defined groups. Cultural narratives validate the existing order. Reward structures incentivize compliance. An implicit psychological contract is formed. Loyalty to the system is exchanged for stability and a sense of place.
The third and final dimension is the inertia of the structure itself. By their nature, established systems are designed to resist change.
The normalization of limitations follows a predictable sequence. First, a restriction is put into place. Next, individuals adopt their behavior to accommodate it. Over time, this adaptive behavior becomes the accepted norm. Finally, the structure that created the restriction is no longer perceived as an artificial construct, but as a natural and inevitable part of reality.
The system also actively modulates perception. Information that challenges the system's legitimacy is filtered out to avoid cognitive dissonance. Narratives of exceptional success are highlighted, focusing attention on possibility rather than statistical probability. And belief in the fairness of the process is encouraged, which can obscure unequal outcomes.
The power of habit also contributes to this inertia. Daily routines become automated cognitive processes. Behavior that is automatic is, by definition, unexamined. An unexamined behavior does not question the structure that contains it. When the internal need for stability, the external pressure to belong, and the system's inherent inertia are combined, they produce a state of quiet equilibrium. This leads to the central paradox. The very systems that limit individual freedom are often the same systems that enable large-scale social coordination. To remove the limitation is to risk removing the mechanism for order. The system therefore persists not primarily through overt force, but through a deep alignment. The alignment of the psychological need for order, the social need for belonging, and the momentum of existing structures.
The relationship between freedom and structure is therefore not a simple binary opposition. It is a complex and often contradictory trade-off.
When confronted with this trade-off, observation shows that the majority of individuals will select the option that is perceived to be safer and more predictable.
This choice is made with regularity, even when it comes at the cost of a quiet but persistent limitation of their own potential. If systems survive because people help maintain them, what conditions would make large numbers of people question them at the same time?